I got my mic right here because it's going to be a lot easier. Hey everyone, Nerd Mark here, and while everyone's doing their best of 2022 manga lists, I thought I would go ahead and go over the manga that I'm excited to continue reading into 2023. There's some that just started maybe one or two volumes in, and there's some that, 8, 9 volumes in that I'm hoping to continue to read into 2023, as well as maybe even them finishing. So I'm going to jump right in that. I'm going to grab some off the shelf, and then I'm going to sit down over here and go over my picks and why. I'm going to pick 10. I'm going to pick 10 series off the shelf. Let's see. Look at that. You can kind of see what a few of them are ahead of time, but I'm not going to let you see all of them. This should be good for a list of 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, sit down. We can start talking about these 10 series that I'm looking forward to continuing in 2023. Okay, so I realized I haven't filmed any videos on my channel from like this perspective since I started remodeling doing everything over here. And man, it looks like a mess. Like you got Ultraman's booty just hanging out right here. But that's besides the point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the 10 series that I'm looking forward to continuing to read in 2023. But I also have some honorable mentions of series that are either close to being done or already finished that didn't like that I'm excited to finish, but like either I've already like read them digitally or this and that, so it's more or less finishing them in the collection, or they're just, not, they just didn't make the cut for the top 10. So oddly enough, I'm gonna start off with something my friend, like I tried to get him into this. Only one volume's out right now. Volume 2 I think is coming out this month. It's called Night of the Living Cat. So basically, it's a play on zombies, Night of the Living Dead. And there's a new virus that's spread across the world, transforming all humans into cats. Just regular cats. And the main character is trying to survive, but he loves kittens and cats and finds them hard to resist. And so this obviously appealed to me. My cat is actually attacking my tripod right now. As a cat owner, me and my wife, this definitely appealed to me instantly. I read volume 1 the day I got it, and I was like, man, when's volume 2? And I think I got this in like October. So I'm like, where's volume 2? So I think we're finally getting volume 2. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to continue going into this year. And then I'm trying to figure out where to put these. I don't have space on my desk because everything's a mess. Next up, I just did the review of this. Instantly was hooked, and it's not my style of manga either that I read. It would be from an anime standpoint that I would watch, but it's called Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon. I'm not saying the rest of it. Obviously, if you saw my review, this was very entertaining. I enjoyed reading this. I've read it twice now because couldn't wait for my physical copy, so I bought it digitally. So this one's really great. Main character gets backstabbed by his group. And one of his special skills that they thought was a dud was he has infinite gotcha like summons. And after they backstab him, he figures out how to unlock the true potential of it. He starts basically summoning level 9,999 summons to basically join his new team. And then next up, I have. So when I was doing my review for Kamen Kuga Volume 1, I was looking into Titan manga and Stonebot manga and other stuff they were putting out. They put out like Assassin's Creed, Doctor Who manga, but they had this manga called Adam the Beginning, which is a prequel to Astro Boy. And I'm a big Astro Boy fan. And so I was like, I can't wait to read more of this. Volume 2 is out. I need to pick it up. But I read the first volume and I was in love with the art style, the storytelling, like, especially because, I mean, this has like, yeah, yes, it's been out, but we're finally getting it in English, and I cannot wait to read more of this. Like, I love Astro Boy so much, so like that was like mm. Another one. uh, It's, I don't see it as a rom com or anything. I see it more like just a comedy slice of life style. And a lot of my friend was like, well, it's really not slice of life. Um, we've already got 5 volumes of this, so I assume it'll probably end this year, if not end next year. But it's Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers. It's very lighthearted and funny. Yes, there is some romantic sides of it and the rom com stuff to it, but it's just very, very entertaining. I found it kind of like a good casual read. Um, from a chapter standpoint, I'm not even holding it up high enough. There you go. From a chapter standpoint, it's very easy to digest. Pick up and read it as it is. It's not there's overall story to it, but you can like pick up, like, read 3 chapters, put it down, wait a couple days, read the rest, and like still get the idea of what's going on in it. You don't really have to be hyper focused on keeping track of a bunch of characters in this really in depth story. It's very, I put it in my casual reading category. And that's, I think, as of right now, has 5 volumes out now in English. The next one, which has an anime, and the anime is what got me into the manga, is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Um, Come on, rom com. It is what it is. We know why I like it. Very entertaining. I've read up to volume 10. I have the first 12 volumes. I know volume 15 is slated to come out soon in Japan. So I assume probably by the end of this year, maybe we'll get volume up to volume 16 released. Maybe. I don't know from like a timeline of how quickly it's going to get published. So, but I'm looking forward to continuing and reading this in this year. Like I said, this has been out for a while. This started being released in 2018 in Japan. It only recently got started getting released here in like 2020. So it's not, you know, I think volume 15 got announced for Japan at some point in the next couple months, and it has like, and that's up to chapter 109. I know chapter 119 just got released about 2 weeks ago. So I assume it's definitely going to go into 2024 for releases, but this is definitely something that goes in my, I'm excited to continue to read this year, but I know it's not going to, finish. Another one, very on brand for me, Kaiju number 8. Oh, I bought this volume on a whim. Like, so I have all 4 volumes that have released. Yes, I have all 4 volumes that have been released. I'm only showing volume number 1 for all the manga for this list. This, I bought this at Target. Like, I saw tweets before it came out. Like, everyone's like, oh, you got to check out, Kaiju number 8's coming out like next week, this and that. I saw it at Target and I grabbed it and I was like, I'm intrigued. I like Kaijus. This is, from the standpoint, well, I'm going to do a whole video of how I got into manga and like my first year with it. Because my first year of actually collecting manga is coming up next month or so. Like, no, maybe like 2 months or so from now. But I'm still going to work on the video probably before then and just be like, hey, it's been a year. But I like kaijus. This is one of the first ones I was really getting into when I started collecting again. Because up until then, I had Yokai and Ultraman, and like I was strictly sticking to like tokusatsu inspired and kaiju related manga only. I picked up this, and I was like, I've been hooked ever since, and I can't wait for volume 5. And so I think 5's coming out soon. Another one I reviewed, both volumes for, is Gogo Loser Ranger, aka Ranger Reject, which is now getting an anime. And this was so good from the standpoint of seeing. I'm turning 37 next month. Power Rangers, big part of my life growing up as a kid. But it's like nice to see a manga from the standpoint of the villains, especially when this villain is trying to infiltrate and take out the Rangers. So I was like, I'm sold. Like, I've always wanted a story from that standpoint, and we got it with Gogo Loser Ranger. And this is definitely in my top 10, easily, even probably in my top 5 for what I'm excited to continue to read in 2023. As we wind down, before I get into the final three, and these are in no particular order. I should have said that in the beginning. No particular order. These are in particular order. These are just what I want to see, when I want to, like, I'm really excited to read. A run that is finished that I need to get the second box set for, that I really enjoyed, that's under the honorable mention category, is Summertime Rendering. Because I got the first three volumes, a part of the Barnes& Noble exclusive box set. I loved, I read all three so quickly. I heard there was an anime, but apparently it's not officially released here for some odd reason in the USA or Canada. So I'm going to have to find a way to watch that. But I really enjoyed this so much. And I'm going to be picking up the second box set this year, probably within the next month, so I can finish it. But that's an honorable mention for Summertime Rendering, and a couple other ones as well. The one I get roasted for the most, Rent a Girlfriend. I'm excited to read more of this year. I mean, we're up to volume 16 right now. I've read up to volume 14. I just picked up 15, so I'm looking forward to that. Another honorable mention is Kamen Kuga. So the reason why this isn't on my list is because this is the official English release we're getting, but I've read translated versions of it already, like a while ago, as well as Kamen Rider Spirits. So for me, I already know what's really going to happen. And as much as I love Kuga and the Blu-rays out, it didn't make my top 10 from a standpoint of I know what's going to happen. All the other stuff I'm talking about, I have no idea what's going to happen, so I want to keep reading them. And I'm still going to keep reading this anyways for official translations. Now back to the list. This one I'm actually going to be doing a review for soon. I have to record it still, but I just finished reading it earlier today, and I was like, oh, I got to talk about this. Is Shy. Shy Volume 1 just came out. This is set in a world where every country has its own superhero. This is focused on Japan's superhero Shy, which is not just her name, it's her personality trait. She's very shy. And the whole premise of this is there is this force out there that is using these rings to bring out the darkness in someone's heart. And it like crystallizes and it morphs them into monsters. And so they're trying to stop whatever this entity is that's doing it. And all while there's a whole story going around of Shy just doubting herself, being introverted, second guessing if she should be a hero and learning to become that hero. So it's really a really good, unique superhero story. So Shy is on the list for sure. Next up, I have the first two volumes of this. I think that 3 is coming out soon. It's called Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed. Rom-com, girl, very popular, good looking. She likes her friend. She's trying to get him to realize this. He is oblivious to it, and it is very entertaining. Very, very funny. I know I like a lot of the rom-com manga, and this one just stood out to me. And after 2 volumes, I was like, you know what, this is definitely on the list of things that I want to keep reading this in 2023. I'm excited for more releases and more volumes. I want to keep reading this. So this made my list of my top 10 that I want to read going into 2023. Now before that, one more manga that's an honorable mention is the Naoko collection for Sailor Moon. The first 3 are out. I'm a big Sailor Moon fan, and from a collector standpoint, I'm going to start getting the hardcovers this year that were released for like Sailor Moon V, Crystal, stuff like that. But I do like that these are better translated. Everything else, I'm so excited. So I got 3. I can't wait to get more of these and like reread them. So this is something I'm really excited to read because I've actually never read the manga before. I've only seen the show, the anime. As a kid, it was airing with Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. I watched Crystal. I got Crystal on Blu-ray. But I'm really excited to actually read the manga this year and finish it. So that's the last honorable mention. Now, this one's way out of left field, but people who know me personally, who grew up with me and this and that will understand. My friends do get it. It's Blue Lock. Really like sports anime or manga, but soccer. I played soccer for 16 years. I love that sport so much. I coached for 3 of those years as well. I'm such a huge soccer fan, and Blue Lock, like things like Captain Tsubasa and now Blue Lock, like this has been such a wild ride. And from a standpoint of like, I never really liked sports manga or anime, but I also never really liked it from a manga standpoint either, with how the action is usually portrayed. But in this, it's superb. One of my favorite series that I got into in 2022. I'm oh, I have to go get volume four because volume four just came out like a week or so ago, or I think this week or last. Like it just came out. It's new. I have to go pick up volume four still. I haven't had time, but I definitely will. But yeah, Blue Lock, easily one of my favorite of last year. Definitely in my top, one of my top choices for what I want to read. That I want to continue to read, and I'm looking forward to for this year. And I might be thinking, well, that's it. That's the video. That's my 10 and my honorable mentions. But another thing I got into this year through recommendations is manhwa. So I started reading Solo Leveling. I have to finish that. I have to pick up some more of the volumes. I think I only have the first three. And or no, I only have the first two. And then I picked up Tower of God. But another one that I picked up that I'm really looking forward to continuing is The World After the Fall. I really enjoyed this. I haven't really seen anyone else talking about it fully, or anyone really like talking good of it. I know Tower of God, some people are saying some good things about, but The World After the Fall, I'm definitely looking forward to um reading more of this, getting more of this, and actually expanding into more manhwa, because I get it. It's a lot different than manga. It reads normal like a graphic novel. It's full color. Um, the covers lure me in. That's what gets me. But then the quality of the art and seeing it in color and how vibrant it is, and the paper stock that some of these publishers, like this is from IZE Press, IZE Press, like the stock quality, this and that, like these are better quality than a lot of trade paperbacks and graphic novels I bought in the last like 5 years. And I'm really, really looking forward to getting into manhwa more and learning more. So if you're watching this, let me know some manhwa recommendations. Like I said, World After the Fall, Tower of God, and Soul Leveling are the only ones I've read or got so far. So if there's other ones you could recommend, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to check them out. But that's it for my manga I'm looking forward to continue reading in 2023. I was going to do more research about like new manga coming out this year, but I figured I don't dabble in a lot of new manga. Hit my mic. I'm trying to like continue and finish runs and this and that. Like there's a whole list of manga that I'm trying to finish runs for, like Imada-kun and the Seven Witches. Um, like missing a couple more yokai watches, stuff like that. But that's a different video for a different time. But with that being said, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There's a little thing that's going to pop up. Vastly approaching 900 subscribers. That's amazing. I appreciate everyone who's checks out my videos and comments. Let me know what some of your manga you're looking forward to picking up this year as well, because I'm really curious what everyone else is reading. I watch a lot of manga YouTubers on here, and I do comment a lot, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like that's, and then think about reading that. I'm going to check that out. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.